Hello, welcome. My name is Tracy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Australia. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today's Tuesday, so it's CASEing the Catalogue day, and for every Tuesday this month of March, I am bringing you a project or a card straight out of the Sale A Brations Catalogue. For today, we have got from page 7. I'm just going to bring that in. We are casing this card just here, and it's using these beautiful Organdy ribbons. Now, at the time that this goes live, these may not be available. I know they've gone into low stock, so they may not be orderable as a free item, but there's plenty of other things in the catalogue, and any ribbon, you could use any ribbon that you've got to go with this card. So this is the card that we're doing here, and I really like this one as well, but we're going to do this one today. Let's bring that card in. How gorgeous is this? This has got the gingham paper as well. So this is a really, really sweet card. So let's get over to the craft table and we'll get started on it. Now this card is a really quick and simple card, which is actually why I chose it, because this is definitely my style, quick and easy. And the supplies needed for this card are the incredible Like You stamp set. It's a photopolymer 15-piece stamp set. We also have the Organdy ribbons. Now, like I said before, these may not be available anymore, but what a great bargain. You get the 5 spools of ribbon. There's 4.6 meters per spool, and that's this is classed as a 1 free item for spending $90. The background here is the gingham designer series paper. There are 40 sheets, and we have Daffodil Delight, Highland Heather, Grapefruit Grove, Lemon Lime Twist, and Balmy Blue. Like you can see there, there's large and small gingham pattern in the pack. The inks, we're using Highland Heather, Granny Apple Green, and Grapefruit Grove. And I'm also using a dark Pineapple Punch Stampin' Blend, because we're colouring in just some rhinestones to attach to the card. I have my card kit here, and all the measurements and supplies can be found over my blog. There is a link to my blog in the description of this video. There's also a link to my online store where you can purchase all your Stampin' Up supplies if you live in Australia. If you are placing an order, use that hostess code and I can send you out a free gift, and I would love to be your demonstrator as well. Now is also the perfect time to join Stampin' Up and become a demonstrator. There is an absolute awesome deal on until the end of March, and if you're interested, I'll have a link in the description of this video as well. So the card base is actually the thick Whisper White. It's an A4 piece that's been cut into half and then scored in the middle. I'm just going to fold on that score line, bring my bone folder in and make that nice and crisp. Now we have a piece of the Highland Heather gingham paper, which is just going to be glued straight to that card front. So let's do that now. I'm going to bring in the Tombow Mono Multi Glue. I'm just going to pop some glue down. And attach it to my card base. A little bit of wiggle room to make sure it's in the right spot. And that's our top of our card base. Now the next one we're going to do is just the last bit of stamping. So on the larger bit of the Whisper White, I'm just going to bring my mat in. And I'm going to bring those flowers. And I'm also going to bring in this other piece of Whisper White, because what I want to do is I want to stamp this one first. This is for the sentiment. So I'm going to need for that one the Grapefruit Grove ink. And that sentiment that says, "So glad we are friends." What a gorgeous sentiment for a card. Let's stamp that straight down. And then what we want to do is we want to line this up where we want it so we can place where our flowers are going to be. So I'm also going to bring in the Highland Heather ink. And for this flower, it's a 2-piece stamp set, so that you've got your solid image and then your detailed image. Now this is also distinctive, so you can stamp these both as first generation inks, and it gives you this two-toned looking effect. It's just how they've designed the stamp set. So let's do that now. I'm going to sort of line up where I want that in the middle, and then I'm going to know where my flower is going to go. So I want that sort of peeking out the edge there. Let's stamp that other one. So I'm going to turn it around to the other way and stamp that down. And while we've got that colour out, let's do that detailed image on top. So this card's going to come together really quickly. There we go. So look how beautiful that is. That's same generation inking, so you're not stamping off at all, but because it's a distinctive stamp, it gives you that layered effect of colour. Very, very pretty. The next one we're going to do is we're going to bring in our greenery. So we're also going to need just a piece of scrap. So I've just got just a scrap bit of Whisper White here, because we want to not go over those stamps here. So you can see I've masked off there and down here as well, but you can't really see that because this sentiment covers it. But let's do that now. So Granny Apple Green ink, and we have two different stamps here, a larger leaf image and then the smaller leaf image. So let's bring the smaller one in first, and I just want to stamp off the side, and then I'm going to bring this to mask it off, just so we have a little bit going up off the edge. Next one we're going to bring is just off the side here to give a little bit of extra down this way. And I'm going to stamp two off this flower here. So one there, and another one there. And this one is going to come in just like that. So that will be covered. Actually, that one's going to be probably more covered up than I want it. Let's bring that one down. There we go. So the next one we're going to do is the thicker branch with leaves. I'm going to bring that up near the other ones. So I'm actually going to do the two on either side. Yep. Now we're bringing the Grapefruit Grove ink back in and using these little tiny flowers that actually look like little paw prints. And we're just going to pop some flowers on the ends of those flowers, on the end of the stems. And just bring some nice bit of colour together and blends it all in together. The last two. So just before I pop this all together, I want to bring some rhinestones in, and that and the dark pineapple punch, and I'm just going to use the felt tip end, and I want to colour in 3 of those rhinestones. Now our alcohol marker Stampin' Blends colour in these beautifully. So you can see how easy that was, and look how pretty they are. So I'm going to pop these to the side, we're going to put it all together, and then we're going to come back and pop these on the card. So bringing in the Daffodil Delight Organdy ribbon, what I'm going to do is I want to make a nice little loops at the back here. So coming back and forth, back and forth. And I want to cut off that end bit. So So there we have it. And to glue that down, I'm just going to turn it over. I'm going to grab some tear and tape. I'm just going to pop some tear and tape down. And that keeps that into place. Doesn't that look good? Okay, so let's pop these two pieces up with some dimensionals. So I'm going to do 5 on that one, 4 on this one, put the big one on first. So let's take the backings off the big one. I'm just going to center that down in the middle. Beautiful. Backing off our sentiment piece. And doesn't this ribbon just look gorgeous behind the sentiment? Because the sentiment is very plain. Whisper white on whisper white with that little bit of Daffodil Delight stamping or ribbon. So let's place this down where we want it. I think that looks good. And the last thing we have left is bringing those rhinestones back in, and we're just going to pick those up and pop them down. I've got one up here. Put the 2 down here. So once again, a really quick, simple casing card. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed today's card. If you have, please give me a thumbs up and I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments. If you haven't hit subscribe, make sure you do. You don't want to miss my next video. And if you're needing any Stampin' Up supplies and you live in Australia, I would love to be your demonstrator. My online store is in the link of this video, but if you need any help with anything, just let me know. I'd love to help you out. It's also now coming to the end of Celebration, and Celebration is the perfect time to join Stampin' Up. If you are looking to join Stampin' Up, I would love to be your team leader. I have a little bit on my blog, which I'll have in a description of this video as well, just to give you a little bit of an outline of everything. But if you're interested and you need any more information, just let me know. Okay, have a wonderful day and I'll see you all soon. Bye.